Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with Golden Opportunities Coaching. Hopefully, you're having a good day or evening wherever you may be. And if you're new around here, please subscribe. We're right at the 500 subscriber mark, which is halfway to the 1,000 subscriber mark. We need to be able to donate some money to charity, so help us out. Click the subscribe button and make a difference that way. If you're looking for bolstering of friendships, which is today's basic topic, I do offer relational coaching, which includes both family relationships, romantic relationships, and the ever valuable friendships. And so here's the idea for today, and that's true friendship. But if you're looking for help in that area, what is a true friend? How can I find better friends? Those kind of questions, you can reach out at PO Perception on Twitter, or you can go to the About Me section here on YouTube and give me a chance to be of service through my website, all that good stuff, and hopefully be of service to as many people as we can in 2021 as we enter spring. We'll be here pretty soon. In any event, kind of the steps of a true friend, and so there's about maybe 8 or 10 things I want to cover here. This is super simple, but I think it's things we forget because we often are socially isolated or we're socially starving, and so we let things slide that we probably shouldn't a lot of the time in social dynamic relationships, especially ones that have lasted longer and we've built a history with somebody. We often forget what it is to be a good friend, and sometimes we forget how to be the friend that people would like for us to be. So the first thing is listening, active listening. So active listening is more than just using your ears as receptacles for sound. Active listening is the process of being engaged in the process of hearing a person, both from a physical level, that is using your ears, but also from an emotional level, searching for ways to connect with them, and then asking appropriate and thought provoking questions to further the bond of the relationship. It's difficult to do this when a person has, for example, anxiety or depression or other issues where they're more centered on themselves. So, a good listener is a person who is able to separate from their own needs long enough to, well, listen. And the next thing is honesty. Now, honesty is a tricky thing because, as we've seen by the movie Liar Liar with Jim Carrey a couple decades ago, if people had to tell complete truth all the time about everything, life would be pretty awkward. Walking up to that person and saying they look ugly in that shirt, or walking up to someone and calling them fat or that they're stupid, probably not the best thing to do. But at the same time, a true friend is going to find a nice way to confront difficult, challenging conversations with you for your own benefit and for the integrity of the friendship. If a person's not capable of doing this, this means either you don't have as deep a bond with them as they can, or perhaps they're afraid of your reaction. So, the acceptance of flaws is the next thing we want to talk about because ultimately the acceptance of flaws is part of a healthy relationship. Now, that doesn't mean that if a person's doing something that's, say, toxic or unhealthy or potentially dangerous, that we don't stand up and say, hey, you might want to change this or think about this. But at the same time, if a person is, for example, a person to run late, you might tell them to arrive earlier than you need them to rather than expect them to change that part of themselves. In other words, working around a person's flaws and personality quirks is a sign of a person who is looking to be a true friend. Supportiveness of dreams, goals, aspirations, confronting of fears, moving forward in life, reaching that level of self-fulfillment is another thing that a true friend will do. This can be extremely difficult if it leads you in different directions, but that's another way to know whether someone's a true friend or not. A false friend or a friend who has ulterior motives is going to worry about how your actions are going to affect them, whereas a true friend is going to go, you know what, I'd prefer this wasn't happening. Again, it's back to the honesty thing. I'd prefer things were going differently, but I support you even if it's not in my best interest. There is a certain level of awareness, of acknowledgement of feelings, but also supportiveness in the end. The next thing is dependability. If they say they're going to do something, they do it. If they make a promise, they keep it. And if they can't keep it or do what they said they're going to do, then they will make a quick alternative and adjustment, apologize sincerely, and change behavior for the future. So, dependability means that they know how to problem solve, but also that they keep their word as often as possible unless there's a catastrophe. And so, this is a lost thing in society. A lot of times, we've gotten to a place where people overpromise early and then underdeliver, and they wonder why their friendships kind of struggle a bit. The next is, and it goes along with dependability, they put effort into building and keeping and maintaining and strengthening the relationship. Now, that level of effort is going to wane over time. Maybe you're busy for a month or, a certain season of the year, but when the time is there, they do make the relationship and building it and maintaining it and keeping it growing in a positive direction for both parties a priority. They remember things about you that are important. They're things that nobody else would know unless they're a true friend. Maybe it's your favorite candy or the fact that you hate Tuesdays because something bad happened on a Tuesday 12 years ago. Or maybe it's the fact that you like a certain movie and they think of you when they see an artifact from the movie and they're out and they buy it for you just because they know you'll like it. It's remembering important things about you that ultimately are unique to you, and they remember them because knowing them and engaging with them will enhance your quality of life. The next thing that's valuable here is, and the final thing is, they won't exploit you. So, they may ask for help. They may even ask for too much help here and there. Even a good friend can break a boundary now and then. However, they won't go to the extent of being exploitative. So, exploitation of a friendship means always asking and never giving. It means kind of getting to a place where there's assumptions that someone's gonna, you know, it's just challenging, and ultimately there are challenges in ways that people understand from that way. And ultimately, as we move forward, it's about learning boundaries, but also growing the relationship. Um, that's kind of where it is. In any event, um, you need to focus on building relationships. This is a central part of having a healthy, balanced life. Till next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment.